Alright guys, I'm back. 2002 Suzuki XL-7. I got the thermostat housing out. There it is. Or should I say, there it is. This is how it is in there. And those 3 bolts that I told you about. It is 3 bolts. Just to let you know, there's another bolt that attaches the thermostat housing, which is, I guess, the front thermostat housing, because this is a thermostat housing and this is a thermostat housing. So it gets a little tricky when you start asking for part numbers and things like that. The O-ring that's going to be on this inlet pipe is the same O-ring as the outlet pipe, which I wasn't really trying to get cute, you know. It was gonna be silver, but I didn't have that color paint in my garage, so I went with what I had. I don't think anybody's gonna see that anyway, but Evaporust got the rust off, and after that you can paint it whatever color you want if you want to keep that rust off. As you can see, yeah, you got 3 bolts to take off. They used I have an Allen head, so let me see if I can give you that size. When I put everything back together, I'm going to give you the sizes on everything anyway. But that was 8mm Allen head, hex head, I don't know what you want to call it. And it takes quite a bit of torque to get them off. I don't know if you need to replace them when you take them off. I'll do a little research on that. And most people just reuse stuff anyway and don't care about that. I'll give you torque specs and all those good things when I'm putting everything back together. But it does take quite a bit of torque to get those off. I used a pipe or a jack handle to give me some extra leverage, and when it comes loose, it gives you a pop and it sounds like something broke. Don't be afraid. Hopefully it did not. It did not break for me, so I don't think it should break on you. You should probably take this little nut off first, which is a 10mm tiny little connector to keep the thermostat housing attached to the inlet pipe. That's this little 10mm, but that's got to come off. These hoses are going to be stuck with corrosion. You know, give it a little twisty with a wrench or something and you'll get them off. But this was the big deal, because this, I think I could access the spring clamps with everything still, you know, with the thermostat housing still in here. But this side was going to be challenging, so I decided to just take it off. And you can see the mess. And I did start soaking everything and trying to get things clean by soaking it down with different cleaning agents and chemicals. This is a cavernous head that is really deep. It was filled with what I was using to soak things down. It goes all the way down there. So if this is filled with fluid when you're done, you're gonna probably have a while to burn all that off. And this is why I could see we could be losing coolant on this kind of an engine for quite some time and not know where it's going, because it'll never hit the ground. And unfortunately for me, since I wasn't originally going to take that thermostat housing off, I'll never know if there was coolant sitting in here, because I started doing the whole pre-cleaning soak thing and it's filled up with all kinds of But how deep this thing is here, it's like you could fill this up. Nothing's gonna hit the ground for quite a while. You could be dripping coolant for days, and depending on how fast, and if it's these bypass hoses that are bad, you could have a leak and just be confounded, like, where the world is my leak? You'll lose pressure on your pressure test and you'll see nothing. So I'll take a look at the condition of these hoses when I take them off. I mean, they're old, but they're still, you know, pliable and nice. They look like OE hoses, so who knows if they were ever changed. But they're not split or cracked or anything like that. But any pinhole leak could have been my demise. I mean, I've never overheated or anything like that, but I did notice the reservoir bottle empty a few times, and like twice. And it's alarming because I'm not the only one driving it, and if no one else is checking the gauge, who knows if it I'm pretty sure it didn't overheat. It's not giving any kind of evidence of that ever happening, but just so you know where your coolant could be flowing into and you would never see it hit the ground. And I don't know how hot this head gets, whether it would even smoke. I had no smoke coming off of this, and I had all kinds of oil and crud down in here. It's just unfortunate, but yeah, this is really the culprit. To get some pliers or something to get those spring clips while the thermostat housing's in there is going to be very difficult. So I just took it off and found all of this mess. There's going to be a lot of cleaning, and I will have to flush this because, as careful as I was, I still spilled a little of whatever chemicals and oil. Some of it dripped in there. Probably wouldn't be any consequence to it, but this is basically becoming a cooling system overhaul. So didn't expect all of this, but we're in here, so let's get it done. I'm gonna confirm for you what the proper O-rings are and seals and all of that good stuff when I'm putting it together. I don't want to give any numbers now because I could be wrong. Don't want to give wrong information. Anyway, I'll be back.